What's up, guys? It's your boy Zowoki, back at it with another chriswatts video, and today with the help of another YouTuber, Rabbit Hole Roxy. If you guys have not watched her channel, I suggest you go over there, give her some love, subscribe, comment, like, and share. But you guys have been asking me to watch more of her content, so we're pretty much going from the end to the beginning backwards, so then when you watch them, you can do them in reverse. I'm sorry I didn't plan it that way, but we're gonna have to do that. So the next video that we're gonna be watching is cringe police video or interview exposes Kessinger as a pathological liar, which we talked about last time, that her being a liar to the FBI and CBI, that she could for that do 2 to 5 years for federal or for a felony of lying to a federal officer. So before we go any further, make sure you guys are subscribed to my YouTube channel by hitting that wiper icon down at the bottom right. Hit that bell icon next to it, so when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that I've posted that video. Then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And with that being said, let's get into the video.
I didn't know.
I hate that.
I didn't know.
No!
Why? Why? How? I don't even understand how you could like bring yourself to do that to somebody who's like that big.
Today we're gonna dive right into part 4 of Nichol Kessinger's cringy police interview.
Oh, Jesus.
We're gonna start at Nicole's sad attempt at getting an Oscar nomination. This is where we see her do her that terrible type of acting. So we're just gonna go ahead and dive right in.
I didn't know. Like he's so disgusting. I'm so ashamed of him and everything, and
She's ashamed that she got caught. She is ashamed that she didn't get more punani than she originally got. But now she can get it with anybody else she wants because Chris is in prison. And hopefully one day that she will go in prison and have to find another woman to get the punani.
Oh, those little girls.
Her.
They're so little. They're so little.
We talked a little bit earlier about getting some help for these things, and we can provide that. Okay. I really don't come through the
one more thing.
She keeps looking at the camera like, is it still on? Like, she just keeps looking at the camera.
I'll make sure there's resolution.
Absolutely.
That's why we come to you guys to pound it.
And
Pound it down.
yeah,
so there's
I'm
nothing left.
sorry that you're talking again today. I really am. I don't want to put you through any more trauma than you've already been through. There is
What trauma? Dick?
reasons for
Can you say that on YouTube? I don't know if you can.
everything that we're doing today and what occurred. And I'm sorry. I genuinely am sorry. These are not things that we like to do twice. It's the same thing with other types of victims from other crimes. We want to do it once and we want to be done. Unfortunately, we didn't know yesterday what we know today. And that's why we're here, because we need this video. And I am sorry.
She's like, oh.
Because I know it's hard to talk about it.
Is this investigator for real? Is he actually genuinely apologizing to Nichol for having her come in and supposedly relive her trauma with Chris? I'm having a hard time believing that this investigator actually believes a single word that came out of Nichol Kessinger's mouth.
He's got the hots for her or something.
Maybe it's an act. These investigators, they use different types of techniques to get people to speak. I know that the CBI agents used the read technique to get Chris to speak out and to finally confess to the murders. Is this some type of technique? Or is this the investigator actually believing what Nichol is saying? There are a lot of men who just tend to get really nervous around a woman who is crying. I get the impression that the investigator, one, he's not really able to tell when a woman is really being genuine with her emotions. And two, I think he just probably feels very uncomfortable, which is exactly what I think Nichol is trying to do here. In my opinion,
And I'm not trying to say this is a gloat, but I've dated my fair share of women. And I'm telling you, I feel like I have a good sense of character when seeing when a woman is faking her her emotions. I could be wrong, but I feel when I watch her, she's a good faker. Oh, yes, she is.
Believes that Nichol knows that she's able to manipulate men with her emotions. Chris's own words, he says that Nichol threw a tantrum. She had a full-blown meltdown because he had to leave her apartment to take care of whatever Shanann needed from him. You know, Shanann, his wife, the mother of his children.
There are quite a few people who would tell us, and who do tell us, you need to look into Nikki more, Nichol Kessinger. All the way from the extreme end of things being Nikki's the one who ordered the hit.
She was there, hiding in the basement. Yeah.
You know, so the extreme is she's the one who told Chris to do it. She's the real problem. All the way, that's the extreme side, and then all the way to, well, there were these texts where she was infatuated, she was in love, she was saying how good Chris was in the sack, and maybe we should look at her more. You know, what would you say to those people?
And they didn't. I think wholeheartedly, my opinion, again, all alleged, that Nichol Kessinger ordered the hit. She either helped, she either cleaned up, or she told Chris to take the family gone. Remove the family so we can start a new one. Pretty much dry erase your old family and then start with the new, is what she wanted.
She had her moments where I had to talk her like off a ledge kind of deal.
What does that mean?
It's like, I guess after the fact, there was like videos
Bipolar.
of her that she was like recording herself because she was like bipolar or something. I never knew that.
Oh, I could see it.
It's like, and she would get worked up about nothing. She would just like.
So if she's willing to get worked up for nothing, you cannot tell me that this woman would not be willing to eradicate for her own desire, her own gain, to starting a new family. Where the flip is my pen? I'm trying to find my pen, but I can't find it. But you cannot tell me that this woman didn't want that family gone. I'm sorry, but I call bluff.
She came to my house once because I think it was like July 4th. I didn't have to work that day, so I didn't like get up at like 4 o'clock and go home. And she called me like, and I didn't hear it because I was sleeping. I was just like, and she was pissed. Shanann was pissed.
I wonder why.
And, like, I called her outside, like, where are you at? Like, what? Like, I was like, I didn't have to work today. It's like, called me at like 5:30. It's like, here's when I talk to you at 7:30. I'm like I was sleeping. She's like, she just like, screw you, like, like, don't know where you're at. And I went back inside. Something like, I gotta go.
He pretty much ghosted her, and he's like, why are you mad? Why? Hello?
And she was just like, okay, then come back and like, fuck not.
So wait a minute, you kind of lost me there. Were you at Nikki's place when Shanann called you?
Yeah.
Okay, and so you were sleeping in her bed.
Yeah, because I wasn't going to work that day because I didn't have to that day. First holiday I ran off, and she was pissed, and kind of pissed Nikki off too that I left. But I think that's when I called Nikki later, and she was like, she kind of realized that she'd always be like, the second. She said second fiddle.
Sure.
Second
place. That's how I probably would come up with that thing. Just I don't want to be anywhere else when Shanann calls. She was already pissed. So there was stuff like that where she would she said she would go on like websites and look at like, will a relationship work with somebody, like will a mistress work? Will a mistress trying to do a relationship?
That's what Nikki was looking at. Yeah. She would tell you that, or
So she even said to Chris what she was Googling. You know for dang sure that woman is Googling all these YouTubers, all these Facebookers, all the Instagram, TikTok. She's watching every little bit. I bet she hates me. And do I care? I absolutely don't. Because this woman put herself in that position on purpose because she wanted her own whistle blown. Toot toot.
Okay. Yeah, she said that she would go on websites and look at stuff like that. I was like, why do you even look at stuff like that? She's like, I just want to see what other people have experienced.
I know that this is all Chris's words, so we have to take everything with a grain of salt, except There are some things that we should believe from Chris, because at the end of the day, he did confess to the murders. It took him a while, and yes, he did try to lie and frame Shanann, but over the years, this man has been slowly but surely telling the truth about what actually happened. He's nothing like Scott Peterson. This guy is just like, yeah, I'm an idiot. Yeah, I did these things. The way that he talks about Nichol and how she would react every time that he had to go back to his family, Nichol would have temper tantrums. So I think Nichol knows that she is able to manipulate her dad the way that she was able to manipulate Chris, the way that she's still able to do it with this investigator. Very poor acting, of course, but sometimes, I don't know, sometimes men are just not able to tell when women are actually crying, and they do get really uncomfortable. They are like, ooh, oh God, a woman's crying? I don't, oh God, what do I do? Oh, I'm sorry, how do I make it better? Do you want some cake? You want some flowers? Like, what should I do? Please stop crying. I get the impression that Nichol is playing the investigator like a fiddle. She knows how to get out of the questions that she doesn't want to answer, the ones that could be incriminating. She knows that all she has to do is, oh, I'm so sad. Oh. And then the investigator is gonna be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I don't mean to cause you any more trauma. Oh, I can help you though. I can give you that hotline so that you can call because you have so much trauma. This is the vibe that I'm getting here. So I don't know, maybe the investigator does actually believe it, and it's that Nichol is manipulating him with her tears, her crocodile tears. I don't know. I don't really see this as a technique of any sort. But let me know in the comments if you think this is a technique. He's pretending to be concerned for her and her well-being and all the trauma that she supposedly just went through.
I think he's trying to like throw out the lure to see if she bites at it. And she kind of like nibbles a little bit, but then she like spits it out, and then she asks her friends, the shark friends, to come and like gobble up the boat. And yeah, it's not. Yeah, I had something and I lost it, so sorry.
Or if he's actually falling for it because Nichol knows how to play men like a fiddle. Let's continue.
But it's so sad, and she's pregnant.
And, you know, on our end, we didn't...
They're so cute. They're so little. Like, wow. Why? How? I don't even understand how you could, like, bring yourself to do that to somebody who's, like, that big.
Watch how fast her tears go back up in. This is why I'm traumatized.
No way.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, you better be begging for Jesus because, yeah.
Do you want to step out for a minute?
No, I just need to chill with my eyes closed for a second.
That cleared up fast.
What the hell was that? That is the worst acting I've ever seen. What in the world was that?
I've seen better acting on kids. Like, this is the worst I've ever seen.
Okay, let's watch it again. This is not the most viewed, but my God, this is atrocious.
Ridiculous.
I'm at a loss for words right now. I don't even know what to say. This is really
bad.
This is bad. All right, let's watch it again.
And I am sorry, because I know it's hard to talk about it. But
it's so sad, and she's pregnant.
Man.
You know, on our end, we didn't...
They're so cute. They're so little. Like, wow. Why? How? I don't even understand how you could, like, bring yourself to do that to somebody who's, like, that big.
Are they looking? Okay. Is the camera okay? Really?
Oh my God. Why? Did you notice that she was doing the thing again and then she caught herself? She's like, oh, they're so little. How can he do something to someone who is that big? Oh. Here we have her dad hugging her. Again, does he actually believe it? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe she's been using this manipulation tactic with her dad her whole life. And so he's here like, oh my God,
my dad's consoling me. He's helping me through this experience and this trauma.
daughter is suffering. Do you guys actually believe this? Please let me know.
No, I do not.
Cannot. I can't. My God, this is the worst type of acting that I've ever seen in my entire life. Let's continue.
Oh,
Wait a minute. Do you want to step out for a minute?
No, I just need to chill with my eyes closed for a second.
She says, no, I just need to chill with my eyes closed for a second. Huh? When you're crying and you're actually feeling hurt and pain and deep emotions, and somebody asks you, do you need to step out?
I'm a crier. You guys have seen it. Guilty, but
For a second? Do people really say that? No, I just need to chill with my eyes closed for a second. I know that everyone is different. We are not all the same. However, most people don't cry like this.
No.
I'm not gonna, I don't know. Because all of it
she seems like an ex I had. Her name was Brittany, and she faked it like this.
seems fake. I'm just reading into everything else as well. The way that she's grabbing her dad's hand and, oh Jesus. And her facial expression, I mean, look at her face right now. But then when the investigator asks her another question, she's just like,
Yep.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just need to chill right now. It's just not real at all.
It's not.
All. Anyway, let's continue.
I still cannot believe this isn't happening.
I can't believe this is happening to me.
Alright, let's keep going, because we're just getting to the meat of this whole
Let's get
situation.
to the phone call on Saturday from 9 to 11.
Getting into the meat. Oh yeah, I bet you there, Nicole. You got the meat.
Let's just keep going because we're getting into the meat of this whole situation. Huh? I have no words. I'm actually at a loss for words this time. I usually
love
have a
this
lot of
woman.
things to say.
This woman's awesome.
But it's just, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't even know. Let's continue.
What did you guys, or pardon me, on Sunday from 9 to 11?
Yeah, we talked a few times, so... Sunday, I think so. I need to think. I can't even think.
Take a couple breaths and take a second.
Not even a minute. Not even a minute.
I don't even know. I don't think I was like concerned about anything at that point.
Okay, here we go. The investigator is asking her about Sunday night, that 111-minute phone call. And she goes, I don't even know. I wasn't even concerned about anything at that point. She's panicking. You can tell that she's starting to panic. She put on this huge performance and started crying and like, oh. They're asking about that phone call on Sunday night, that very important night. The night before Shanann arrived. The following morning, Shanann and Bella and Cece would be murdered. And now she's not answering the question. She's saying, I don't know, I just wasn't
She
even
dodges it.
concerned. So let's go ahead and see how this plays out.
You guys had a meal, a nice meal the night before. You know, his wife was probably coming home late that evening.
Oh, you know what? I still don't remember what we talked about. I like...
Oh, yeah. You know, I don't remember. What? Wow.
Honestly, like, we talk about so much random stuff, like, it's so hard to pinpoint some of these things. I don't remember what we talked about. I do remember that was a long phone conversation that we probably talked about all sorts of stuff. I do remember, though, that I didn't remember earlier when I was talking to Mark. So this is, like, where I'm starting to remember, like, little bits and pieces. I don't remember, yeah, I know. So the phone conversation, I don't remember what was in the phone conversation. Probably nothing of relevance, to be honest with you, but,
What? Okay,
And they're just like, okay, yeah, sure, yeah, okay. Makes no sense, but we'll let it slide. What?
so she had an hour and 51-minute conversation with Chris the night before the murders, and she doesn't remember? But she remembers about the micros and the macros and the water. But she doesn't remember a 2-hour conversation? I don't remember. Oh, we probably talked about all kinds of random things, to be honest with you. Yeah, what did you talk about? This is ridiculous. There is no way that she doesn't remember a conversation that she had with him on August 12th. 4 days ago. 4 days ago. She doesn't remember a conversation, one of the very last conversations she had with him. Before the murders, before all of this happened. before she ended up having to sit in front of an investigator and talk about her relationship with Chris. She doesn't remember a 2-hour-long conversation, perhaps the most important conversation of all the conversations. She has no clue. It probably wasn't relevant. Wow. Wow. She may as well just plead the fifth. Yeah, you know what? I don't want to answer that question. Next question. I plead the fifth. But she's literally here
I'm
like,
surprised she didn't.
I don't remember, honestly. It's just not even relevant, I bet. Let's continue because this is absolutely disgusting what I'm watching. I can't believe that Nichol is out there.
But we're told to just let it go. There's nothing to see here. Move on. Are you kidding? I'm calling your BS and your bluff.
In the world.
And you know who you are.
Let's continue.
Usually he talks to me when he's like down in the basement in his bed before he goes to bed and before I go to bed.
Okay, before we get into it, okay, she didn't answer the question, right? About the 2-hour-long conversation she had with Chris. So we're just gonna watch her start rambling about other things, as she always does. Classic Nichol Kessinger. I'm not gonna answer that, so I'm just gonna ramble about other things that have no relevance because the silence is weird and I know that I'm lying, so I'm just gonna talk and talk and talk because I'm trying to deflect. I am trying to move away from that question that I don't want to answer.
You can talk forever, but not make a story. Somebody put that down. I feel like I need to. You could read, or you could talk as much as you want, but not make a story. Hashtag, or not hashtag. Oh yeah, hashtag Zowoki. But this woman just keeps talking, not saying like sentences that would fit. And they're just like,
Answer. So let me just tell you a bunch of other shit that is not relevant. Let's continue.
And I could hear the TV on, which I thought was kind of weird. I didn't ask him, I just heard it in the background. And I remember thinking, and it was like right before we got off the phone, I was like, why the hell is he up? And there's like no TV downstairs. So I was like, well, maybe, I don't know.
So no TV in the basement where he usually calls you from?
Yeah, and I don't know how many TVs they have. Like, I've never...
And the dad's probably just sitting there like, oh my gosh, Nikki, you're blowing this. You shut up.
Been in their bedroom. Like, I went upstairs once and it was like to their little playroom and I just like looked at it and I was like, that's super cute that your girls have books, and that was like it. And other than that, I have never been in any of those rooms in that upstairs. Like, to me it was just like, you don't know, like, ever. I had no, so I don't know if he has any other TVs. I'm assuming by like how much other nice stuff they have in their house, it wouldn't surprise me, so I'm not quite sure what room he was in at that point. But I just remember hearing the TV.
We don't need to worry about the TV.
I was like, it was just weird to me because I was like, why are you watching TV right now? It is like super late. And that was the only...
I've watched TV at 1 to 3 o'clock in the morning. Probably one of the best times to watch TV.
And he had phoned you? Or were you guys already talking with him?
What? What does this have anything to do with anything? I heard the TV was on and I thought it was so weird because why are you watching TV at this time? Why is he talking to you at that time? Is that not weird? That you're talking at what? Midnight? Like, people watch TV at midnight. How's that weird? But again, she's deflecting. She's trying to send these investigators on a wild goose chase.
Oh.
She's like, yeah, you know what? I don't remember the 2-hour conversation I had with Chris the night before the murders, but let me tell you something that I found very strange. He was watching TV.
At night.
The things that I'm getting from Nichol here are a lot of Freudian slips. She's saying things like, I've never been to that bedroom. Nope, I've never been to it. No one asked her if she's been to the bedroom. She just willingly gave that information up. I think that she has been to that bedroom, which is why she's saying, I've never been to that bedroom. And then she says, I don't even know how many nice things they have.
She's one of those girls that wants to do it all over his house and mark her scent in another woman's home. That's what that woman is right there.
In that house, because I just kind of walked over and saw the room and was like, oh, how nice that your girls have books. Otherwise, no, never. What? Okay, so she went upstairs.
They were
kind
so
of walked
little.
around, but didn't go into any of the rooms. For what reason? I didn't go into that room. No, I don't know. I don't even know if there was a TV in there, to be completely honest. I wouldn't know because I've never been in that room. It is deflection, and it's a wild goose chase that she's trying to send this investigator on. Like, oh my God. Let me solve the mystery of the TV. Oh my God, this is such interesting information you're giving us, Nichol. Most people don't watch TV at midnight. That is something that I need to write down. Such great information, Nichol.
I love it.
This is insane. Okay.
I feel like this woman speaks what I'm thinking. Like, you know, when you're like phone, you're like thinking of something you need to buy and then it shows up on the phone. Same thing.
Okay, let's continue.
TV was going, or
I just remember like I picked up on it like later, but I don't think it was like throughout the whole conversation.
Okay.
Like I just remember it being towards the end because I remember thinking like, wow, it's really late.
Somebody didn't ask you about the house because you've been there twice, and it just.
Oh, I just thought it was weird in the conversation because it was really late. So out of the entire 2-hour conversation, the only thing she remembers is the TV being on and her wondering, why are you up so late? I mean, we're talking on the phone, but I wonder, why are you up so late? You're watching TV?
I wanted to see his notes.
Huh? Weird. Let's continue.
Do you remember how you guys accessed the house?
That's a good question. So
The reason why they're asking that is to see if she knows how to get into the house. For obvious reasons that maybe she was there not when Chris was there.
once through the garage, and I think once through the front door. I think
And a third time for the back door. Oh!
the first time was through the front door, I think. And I think the second time was through the garage.
That was inappropriate. I'm sorry.
Whoa. Okay, so a couple things. I think either Nichol has some severe memory loss and she should get her brain checked, or she's lying again. Who doesn't remember? If you've been to someone's house twice, how do you not remember which entrance you went through? I don't have the best memory. I will admit, my memory has been declining recently with age. And honestly, you know, I have severe ADHD, so sometimes I'm just like, where did I put my keys? Oh no, God, where are they? Oh, they're on my hand. Where are my glasses? God, where did I put my glasses? My glasses! So yeah, I get it, you know, like we end up with memory loss.
I'd be like, where did I put my phone?
But if you go to someone's house, how do you not remember which entrance you came in through? I went to my coworker's house during the 4th of July weekend, so that was what, a month ago? And guess what? I remember which entrance I came in through. I came in through the front, yeah. The main entrance, the only entrance there is, unless you're going in through the garage. Or, I don't know, did she go in through a window? Did she go in through the chimney? Did she have to dig a hole and get under? And come on, how do you not remember which entrance did you go through? And then she says, I think the first time, I don't know, I think one time through the entrance in the front. I'm not sure though. I think twice she went to this house. Again, twice. Let me ask you guys, and please let me know in the comments. When you go visit a friend's house, do you remember what entrance you went in through? The only reason that I
remember what door we used to use on my friend Nick Lovett's house when he lived up on the hill. What was it, 22 years ago? We went through the front door. We couldn't use the back door very much because that was a table right there next to the window. So we had to go out the front or the garage. And that was 20 years ago.
can think of Nichol wondering and going, you know what, honestly? It's because she's been to the house more than once, more than twice, probably more than 3 times. And she's probably afraid that she was caught on camera, which is why she's saying, I don't really remember. Because someone who has only been to this person's house twice and you've only gone in through either the garage or the entrance, the main entrance, you're just gonna say, yeah, you know, the first time we showed up, he opened the garage door and I went into the garage. I don't know, the way that she's like, I don't know. Oh my God, let me think. Twice I went to the house, literally just like a month ago, and I don't remember. I think she's panicking. I do believe that if we took a heart rate monitor and put it on her wrist right now.
I would love to see, you know how like when people play video games and they have a heart rate monitor and when they get scared, their heart goes up? Love to see what would happen if they put like one of those heart rates. Oh, interesting that you're elevating when we've asked you these questions, Nichol.
Her pulse would be elevated because she's lying and she's afraid that she was probably caught on camera, which is why she doesn't want to give a clear answer. She doesn't know how much the investigator actually knows. I get the feeling that she's here like, oh shit, what should I say? What if they caught me on camera? What if the neighbor has me on camera? What if the other neighbor has me on camera? So I just need to say, yeah, I don't really remember, because if they have me.
And then she's like, Dad, fix this. I can't figure this out. I messed up again. Oh.
On camera and I came in through the back and through the garage. You know that one time that Chris was showing me around the house so that I can sneak in through the back on the morning of the murders? speculation. That is really the only reason that I can think of why she's declining to answer this very black and white question. It's just so insane how badly she's lying. Let's continue.
Either of the doors when you went into the house that might not be typical of another house.
Like a unique door.
Not the door itself.
On their door.
Okay, there's a camera on the which door?
It's on the front door, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm asking.
I think so. I don't know.
Just as I suspected, that is why she's doing this. Is there a camera on the front door? I don't know. Is there? And the investigator goes, I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. I don't know, actually.
Oh, that was...
No, the doorbell, is that a ring?
Yeah, like when you got a visitor, it does. But I don't think the speaker is on where you hear it. Like by...
Okay, I guess my question for you is, what did it show her leaving with the kids? Did you have any alerts?
If she came out here, yes. Like if...
Did you have any alerts today with that?
Just when her friends were here.
Does it only record when the doorbell rings or anytime someone...
You're like, right...
Did you just say that speaker didn't work and we could hear it outside or inside?
Yeah. It should just start, the proximity should hit up.
Okay, and if you had anything on that today?
Just her friends.
And what time was that?
12:10 and about 2 minutes afternoon.
Okay. But nothing between the time when she got here?
No, like she got here at 2. Only thing
this morning?
Yeah, 2 o'clock this morning. So
Okay.
1:48 on here. And the only thing that was weird was that the garage door said is left open after I left. And it might have been the sensor, but like my phone doesn't show when
For your alarm?
Yeah, it doesn't show if it shuts.
And who's your alarm through?
Vivid.
Okay.
But the Nikki, her friend that came here about 12:10, she said the garage door was shut when she got here.
Okay.
That was the only thing that was weird.
She's wanting confirmation. That is what I'm seeing here, which is why she's panicking. This almost confirms.
And she kind of also wants them to tell her to direct the conversation. I noticed that on a couple of people that have analyzed her lingo. And she's purposely doing this. Like, Dad, what do I do when they say this? Dad, when I... And he's doing whatever God knows in this room because he's not supposed to be there.
To me that she has been in the house more than twice and that she's been in through many entrances. Now that I'm watching this, there is also a video on Chris of what I believe to be a Freudian slip. He says, oh, yeah, I don't know why that was open in the garage. Yeah, I think Nikki's son did that.
And my villain said that at 5:27, my garage door was left open. But that could have been sensor as well. It says it was shut during the day, but I think when Nikki's son,
I mean, I've had that problem, so I'm not going to say anything about that.
Son, he may try to move the door around, maybe when they were trying to get in the door, door, and if I broke the laser there, that's for this, my alarm started going off.
Well, I know he said the front door he tried going in, but he had the lock up,
That's
so that set it off, right?
He's like, oh my gosh.
The remote on the outside doesn't work anymore. It got wet and the whole radio on the back. Yeah.
The garage door was left open. The alarm wasn't set for the garage door. I've been doing a lot of research on this case, and I've been trying to find out if Chris called Nichol Atkinson, Shanann's best friend, if he called her Nikki, or if that was really a Freudian slip.
So then you call her Nikki or Nicole?
I would call her Nikki. Okay. But there's so many Nikki's and Nicoles in this.
Right.
I got confused.
So we'll call her Nikki.
They're both named Nicole, so it could have just been an innocent mistake.
Spelled different, though.
That's Nicole's son that did that. But then he said, no, that's Nikki. And so because he said Nikki, then his body starts to panic and lock up. And so then he's like, Nikki,
son.
Oh shit, did I really just say Nikki? Oh God. Oh yeah, Nikki's son. Yeah, Nikki's son. Now I'm really starting to believe that Nichol has been to the house more than twice and that she got the entire lay of the land and that she's been in through numerous entrances because she was involved. And this is just my opinion and speculation, but the way that she's behaving right now and the way that she is failing to answer this question just with a solid answer and just going around and asking the investigator, do they have a camera? I don't know, like let me know so that I know what I should answer. It leads me to believe that Nichol was there, not when Chris was loading Shanann into his car, but the next morning, when Chris was already at the site and he had already dumped his family at his work site. That very strange ping that we see, Nichol being in Frederick, the morning of the murders, which is so weird too because they talk all the time, but for some reason, that morning there was radio silence, not a single peep from either of them. I believe that Nichol was in that home that morning, which is why her phone pinged in Frederick, Colorado, which is why she's having such a hard time answering these questions, and which is why Chris Freudian slipped. It's starting to become a little clearer to me that that is what her role was in this entire plan. I do believe that she was there. She was there at 6 in the morning, and I do believe that she was supposed to text Chris from Shanann's phone. But guess what? Shanann changed her password the night before. Chris didn't know the password, which is why she couldn't text from that phone, pretending to be Shanann. And I believe that she was supposed to get in that Lexus, the one that she talks about so much. How does she afford that Lexus? Oh, so many nice things. I believe that she was supposed to get in that car and drive out and make it seem like Shanann had left the home in the car and then dump the car somewhere with her belongings in it,
mad.
right? Because remember, we see Chris acting all insane when he arrives and the cops are already there. He looks in his truck and then the first thing he does is open the garage door and go into Shanann's car, and he pulls something out of that car. What was there? What was supposed to be left in that car that was then supposed to be dumped somewhere else? I don't know. Could it have been the wedding ring? Maybe. Maybe the wedding ring.
Look at
and
that
all of her
smug
other
face.
belongings were in there, and he took it because the plan had failed. Nicole Atkinson had already called the police, and so Chris didn't have time to get his story together, and Nicole couldn't figure out how to get into Shanann's phone. So then the entire plan was scrapped, and now they were scrambling to figure out what to do next. Let's continue.
Did he use a key to access the house?
No, he did not. The first time I went over there, he just let me in. And then the second time, did we go through a garage? I don't remember. I've been through his garage
Spinning
before.
wheel.
I went through his front door once, though, because I remember he had just cleaned, it was the first time I went through his front door, because he had just cleaned his carpets.
Come on, Nicole.
And he had moved all the furniture out of the way, and the furniture was kind of in the way of the door. And he's like, the door doesn't open all the way right now. I'll move all the furniture back when the carpet dries. So I do remember that, just kind of offhandedly. And the second time, I want to say we went through his garage, because I remember his garage. I remember, yeah.
So he was at the house when you went there.
Okay, I'm gonna rewind this. Let's watch it from beginning to end without interruptions, because I just want you guys to watch how she goes from I don't remember to, oh wait, I actually do remember. It was the first time because of the furniture, and I couldn't get in because the furniture was in the way, and I remember him cleaning his carpets. And then I think the second time was through his garage because I remember his garage, so yeah. Let's just watch it again.
Did he use a key to access the house?
No, he did not. The first time I went over there, he just let me in. And then the second time, did we go through the garage? I don't remember. I've been through.
Now, if he let you in the door, like, how did you get in then? Like, did he let you open the door? Did he put a code in? Did he put his fingerprint? Like, she's like, hold on, let me think about it. Okay, here we go.
His garage before. I went through his front door once, though, because I remember he had just cleaned, it was the first time I went through his front door, because he had just cleaned his carpets, and he had moved all the furniture out of the way, and the furniture was kind of in the way of the door. And he's like, the door doesn't open all the way right now. I'll move all the furniture back when the carpet dries. So I do remember that, just kind of offhandedly. And the second time, I want to say we went through his garage, because I remember his garage. I remember, yeah.
So he was at the house when you went there. You were never there by yourself?
He was at...
Or he took you there?
The first time, he was already there,
okay.
And I met up with him. And the second time, we went there together.
So
the first time he was already there and I met up with him, and the second time we went there together. Also watch the dad. I feel like the dad is watching her so closely, and it almost looks like he's like biting his fingers because he's so nervous. Let's continue.
The front door, I asked if he had used a key.
He let me in.
Okay. So there's a, those keypads where you can enter an access code. Do you remember seeing that on his door?
Like, I want to say vaguely, but to be honest with you, I don't remember. Like, he let me in that day.
So he never gave you,
He let me in that day. That was so long ago. Lady, your relationship with Chris started late June? We're in August and you don't remember? That is very concerning that she doesn't remember something as simple as where did you go in through? But she remembers all of this other minuscule details, the fitness app and how he's gonna get in shape for the
And what did they have when they were eating at his house? The chicken and the carrots and
summer. But she doesn't remember anything else. Oh, I remember that the TV was on. That was weird. But she doesn't remember basic things. Now she doesn't remember if there's a keypad on the door. Okay, I get that. Okay, sure. You go to someone's house, you're not looking if there's a keypad or anything. But again, it's her reaction to the questions. Does she know that there's a keypad? I don't know. If Chris was supposed to let her go in on the morning of the murders, how did she get in? Did she use a key or did she use a keypad? And so now we're seeing her reaction. We're seeing her behavior around these questions, like, oh, I don't know, like,
they had
does he have a keypad? I don't know. Wait, does he have a camera? I don't know.
They had numbers. Look.
Did she use a key or did she use a keypad? And so now we're seeing her reaction. We're seeing her behavior around these questions, like, oh, I don't know, like, does he have a keypad?
See? All she had to do was put in the code, and that's how she got in.
I don't know. Wait, does he have a camera? I don't know. How did she get in? Did she use the keypad? Is that why we're seeing her squirm in her seat? Or did Chris give her an extra key so that she can get in that morning? And again, text from Shanann's cell phone that morning. Speculation.
That they couldn't
opinion.
do.
This is why I believe that Nichol is having such a hard time answering these basic questions. Questions that any person should be able to.
Because they thought they were going to have time to cover it up by getting their plan together. Finalized. Cross the T's, dot the I's.
Answer, especially if you claim to be an innocent mistress, a victim of Chris's lies. You have no idea about anything. She doesn't remember anything. Nothing of relevance she doesn't remember. She erased all the evidence, all of the text messages, all of the Google searches. And again, she doesn't remember if she went in through the front or through the back or through the window or through the wall. Through the window, through the wall. She doesn't remember any of it. She doesn't remember what car he drives. She doesn't remember where he parks. She doesn't remember which lazy dog they went to. I went to this one, but then I also went to that one. She doesn't remember anything. Anything. What good is she? If she doesn't remember anything and she's only good for giving personal trainer information, diet plans. Here's a diet plan that I know that I can give you. That's all I can say though, because I honestly don't remember anything about my relationship with Chris. Let's continue.
Or gave you the code to access his home?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
You talked about a security system. There was a camera on the front door?
I believe that he did give her the code to access the house, which is why then she does this. Let's go ahead and see that again.
So he never gave you the code to access his home?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
You talked about a security system. There was a camera on the front door. Was that just like you know what a Ring doorbell is that goes to your phone?
I don't even know what it looked like. I only know that it existed either because A, I wasn't paying attention the first time I was over there, but B, because of all the stuff that's going on right now. That's the only reason I know
What?
Did you remember seeing any cameras anywhere in the house?
No.
Okay. Did he ever tell you about?
No. Were there? The investigator just asked her, do you remember seeing any cameras around the house? No. Wait, were there cameras in the house? Oh, shit. Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting here. She is panicked. She's panicked. Someone bring this woman a diaper because she's gonna need it. All right, let's continue.
More like the alarm system or give you an access code to the alarm system?
I wouldn't have asked for that. I wouldn't have wanted that anyways.
Sorry to regress to that.
No, you're okay.
Go back to the phone call, or where you noticed the television in the background of the phone call.
Yeah. So I didn't know what room he was in, but I was just like, I just thought it was weird because he's always like, before I go to bed and I lay down, he's always like kind of trying to do the same thing. We just talk. It's like a really chill thing till one of us was about to pass out, and then that's like the end of it. But it was strange because I was like, the TV's on. I remember I was thinking, I was like, maybe he's waiting up for her, and then I was like, maybe not. I didn't know. It wasn't something that like alerted me. It was just different from his standard operating procedure.
You know what's different from your standard operating procedure, Nichol? You are crossing your arms now. I've been watching an hour and 47 minutes of this video. Up until this point, she's done some pretty crazy stuff. Putting her fingers in her mouth, she does the blinking thing, and she does the scratching.
Oh. I don't know where he went. I was looking with like, what?
And she does the weird. But up until this point, this is the first time that we see Nichol guarded. We finally see her crossing her arms. She's like this. And it's the first time that we see her do this. If we go back in time and we see every single time that Nichol does the weirdest thing, like the finger in the mouth, it's during these very specific questions that I think are the most incriminating for her. And for the first time, an hour and 47 minutes in, we finally see Nichol guarded with her arms crossed. Her leg is up, so she has her legs crossed. She has her legs crossed. She's like this, and the investigator is this way, and she's moving away from the investigator. I'm not a behavioral analyst, but I've read about this a lot. Just seeing this alone, of course, it could be nothing. It could be coincidence. It could just be that she's cold. Or it could probably be that she's guarded for other reasons. The way that she's sitting and she's kind of like away, and she's like, yeah, no, he never gave me the code to his house. No.
What are you talking about?
That says a lot. This part is very telling, and I wonder, oh yeah, as I suspected, this is the most replayed. It has the highest peak. This is what I'm seeing. But again, take it with a grain of salt because I am not a behavioral analyst. But let's go ahead and continue.
Because whether his wife is home or she's gone, he's always got kind of like the standard op when he calls me. So that's why it was kind of like unique because it doesn't really fluctuate when she's there and when she's not there. He's pretty like free reign with what he does.
So anything important that you recall during that conversation about the children, about his wife, about what he was doing the next day, what he had planned, anything like that? Did he tell you any of that information?
I remember he told me he had to go to the field and not to the office on Monday morning.
Okay. Did he specifically say where he needed to go on Monday morning?
No, I don't ask him for those sites. There's like, Anadarko's got like thousands of sites. If he were to tell me, I wouldn't even
They're just like random numbers and stuff, right?
Come on.
She knew about the site because she wanted pictures from the site. So that just put a foil in it there, Miss.
Really? She said that Anadarko has thousands of sites. I'm sure Anadarko had thousands of sites. But did Anadarko have thousands of sites in Colorado? Or did it have thousands of sites everywhere in the world? Okay, let's see. Let's see here. Anadarko Petroleum. It was organized in Delaware. So yeah, so it looks like Anadarko was a very big petroleum company. It was all over the world, it looks like. So yeah, Anadarko had thousands of sites, but I highly doubt that Chris was gonna go to a site in Brazil that morning. And it's also funny that she says, you know, even if Chris did tell me which site he was gonna go to, I wouldn't have remembered. So if Chris had told Nichol,
But she knew about it because of Chris telling Nichol to go to that he's going to that survey, so she needed pictures. So she knew.
hey, tomorrow morning I have to fly to Mozambique to go to one of those sites, she wouldn't remember? None of this is believable. And I'm sure she knew what Survey 319 was, especially because she asked for a picture of it.
She was the safety
morning. Yeah, it's very convenient that Nichol doesn't remember which site. Oh, I wouldn't have even remembered anyway if he told me. I would have to do a lot more research to actually find out if there were thousands of sites in Colorado, but I doubt that there are thousands, I doubt that there were thousands of sites in Colorado. Anadarko sites. Let's
Maybe
continue.
hundreds.
Well, he told me, he said, I gotta go to a site. I gotta go check out like a valve or something where they think that they had a release. Something like that.
Like, why were you?
Or anywhere.
No. He just told me that that's what he had to go do. He's like, yeah, he was like, I won't see you in the office in the morning.
No, he just told me that's what he needed to go do. Notice how she doesn't remember anything about the conversation that she had the night before the murders, but she only remembers when the investigator asked her very specific questions. Did Chris tell you he was going somewhere? Oh, that's right, yes. Now that you mention it, I do remember. Yeah, he told me he was going to a site, I just don't know which one. He didn't tell me. And even if he told me, I wouldn't have even remembered because there's so many, there's thousands. She only remembers what the investigator is asking her, but she doesn't want to give up that information willingly. These are all lies. She's deflecting. She's not wanting to answer straightforward questions because I don't think that she knows that, one, she's gonna get away with it, and two, that the investigators are really here treating her like a victim. I read somewhere that they gave her witness protection right off the bat. They kind of assumed that she was an Amber Fry without even really vetting her, without validating.
She was a protected witness, not witness protection program. Protected witness is what they called it.
Anything without looking at any of her phone records or any of that. They just jumped the gun. They immediately protected her, and then everything went downhill from there, which is why I believe that they didn't charge her with anything because she was already protected from the get-go. And I think that was their mistake. So because of that, they were not treating her like a suspect. But she didn't know that. And I think that, yeah, she was stumbling through her words and she was nervous because she didn't really know what the police knew. She was only letting them know enough information and asking, I don't know, did they have a camera? I don't know. This is what I'm seeing with Nichol right now. With the same question. I don't really know. He told me that they were gonna go to a valve to check a valve or something, but I don't even know. I don't know anything about those things. Like, don't ask me. I don't work at Anadarko. Oh wait, yes I do. But I don't know anything about that stuff.
Geologist.
Weird. Let's continue.
Usually I see him, but I don't actually like talk to him. Like I will go in the cafeteria, I will put my lunch in the fridge, and him and his whole team are sitting in there, and I don't talk to any of them. I just walk out. But anyways, yeah, he's like, so I won't see him going to the field, which is not an uncommon thing for the ops guys to like just go straight to the field. Like it happens.
Oh, really?
Like, typically they go to the office, I would say like 3 or 4 days a week, but there are days where him and his other team members are not there. Or like I'll get in there and some days the cafeteria's packed and they're all there. Okay. And other days I get in there and there's only like 3 or 4 of them.
So it didn't cause you any concern that he said, I'm going to the field on Monday, I'm going to see you. That wasn't, that's happened before.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't something, and it's not just him, it's like that whole team. Like, you can just tell when they've got like a lot going on, because I'll walk in and there'll be like 2 of them, as opposed to like 6 or 7.
You did Sunday during the day?
I don't even know what I did on Sunday during the day. I am so tired. Let me just think about this. Daniel came over Friday, I hung out with him.
I don't remember nothing.
And then Sunday.
When did Jim come in?
She doesn't remember. What did he do? I don't know what he did.
She knows about Jim.
I don't remember what I did 4 days ago. What did I do Sunday? The most important day out of this whole week. What did I do? I'm so tired. Let me think. I'm just so tired. And then here we have her dad helping her again, like, hey, here's a clue. When did Jim get in? Let's continue.
Monday. Jim got here Monday.
And then you see his disappointment, like, oh, damn. Oh, he came in Monday? Oh, shit. All right. Darn it. All right,
Dad,
let's continue.
Shut up.
What did I do on Sunday? I am like drawing a blank. I'm really tired. I don't know. Can I get back to you on that?
Did you guys have any conversations
Sure.
on Sunday? You know what he might be doing on Sunday?
I'm sure we did. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank because I haven't slept.
If I say that he may have done something with his
I'm so tired.
children, would that refresh
Oh, yes.
your memory?
They went to a birthday party.
Okay. Did you know whose house he was going to?
Nope. But I know that they had a water balloon fight.
I wonder why. I wonder why she remembers that they had a water balloon fight.
Right. She remembers
So
that.
again, she doesn't remember. What did we talk about on Saturday and Sunday? I don't remember. The investigator has to remind her. What if I reminded you, like, they went somewhere where there was some type of party? Oh, that's right. That's right. I do remember the water balloons because he was texting me about it. All of this is bogus. I don't believe a single word of it. It's
Amen,
very
sister.
clear that she's lying. Let's continue.
Okay. He had one or his children?
His children did.
Okay.
He said he used to get really into it. He said he got like really interactive with his kids. It's like some of the adults don't really spend a lot of time playing with the kids, but I
You
always
went to the
do.
museum on what day, Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday.
Okay.
That's right. So that's why I was like, was I hanging out with you? God.
Very memorable event, huh?
Me and him and my stepmother and my sister went to the museum, and that's right, the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. And they went to brunch prior to that, and I skipped brunch, and I went to the gym.
You should know that was good.
I had to do core day. That was the last time I worked out, actually.
That's what we did Sunday, okay?
Yeah, so core day, and then we went to the museum, and then...
I don't really know what's happening here. Let me know in the comments what you think just happened, because I have no clue. Either the dad is lying,
Or that is part of it, and he doesn't want her talking about it for some, I don't know.
and he's trying to give her an alibi, like, oh, you were hanging out with me, don't you remember? Or they really
Yeah.
did hang out,
That's what I meant.
which I don't know, I don't really believe. I wish that this case hadn't been closed so quickly. Because if
Amen.
it hadn't been, we could have seen the camera footage at the Denver Museum, the one that she claims to have gone to. But oh, you guys had brunch that morning, but I didn't go because it was core day. Oh, that's right, now I remember. Yeah, I worked out, that was core day. That was the last time I worked out, oh my God. It was core day. Now I remember. And the dad's like, yeah. You remember? You went out with us. What is the truth and what is a lie? We can't go to the Denver Museum and request footage from August 12th to see if they really were together, if this is an actual alibi. But it seems to me like the dad is just helping his daughter out and letting her know, like, hey, I'm your alibi. Me and your whole family. That's where you were on Sunday. Even though the dad earlier was like, when was Jim in town?
We don't need to worry about Sunday for the alibi. We need to worry about Monday. That's what we want to know, where she was.
Oh, he was here on Monday. Oh, damn. All right, cool. We went to the museum. Don't you remember? Let's continue.
Wink.
When did he tell you about the water balloon fight on Sunday evening during your conversation on the phone?
I think so.
Okay. So
think
you don't know whose house he went to on Sunday, but you knew it was for a child's birthday?
Yeah, and he had told me about that in advance, really, so I don't know if it was Saturday that he had told me that he was going to go that birthday, or like Friday. I just remember he was like, I gotta go to this birthday party.
Okay.
With my kids.
Any other conversation that makes sense?
I mean, honestly, at this point, I'm really tired, so I know there are certain things that I need to tell you guys that we'll get to as these days
More
progress.
time just said that.
But
Yeah, just hit me up in a week or so when I have my story straight. What is this? The district attorney's office dropped the ball here. They dropped the ball by giving her witness protection right off the bat and assuming that she was an Amber Fry when she wasn't. None of it makes sense because she's lying, and there's no reason to lie if you are innocent. Amber Fry didn't lie. She was very honest. She even helped the police. But she was very straightforward with her relationship with Scott Peterson, and she was 100% innocent. Amber Fry had no clue. None. She was not involved at all in that murder. Nichol, however, is a different story, and the DA dropped the ball on that. Let's continue.
in all honesty, if it doesn't stand out to me now, it probably wasn't relevant.
What about that 9 o'clock thing you were telling me on Monday?
Right.
Honestly, if it doesn't stand out to me right now, it's probably because it wasn't relevant. Really? everything is relevant,
does this
but you
a
just
lot.
don't remember. The investigator has to remind you, hey, this is very relevant. Do you remember having this conversation? Oh, yeah, now that you mention it, yes. I just didn't remember because I didn't think it was relevant. BS. Let's continue.
Oh, he told me? Oh yeah, well we'll get there. We'll get there. We're still on Sunday.
So we're on Sunday.
We're
gonna get
this is gonna be a long.
We're gonna get there to Monday. We're getting there.
Uh-huh.
So Sunday night or Sunday during the day, you had your own personal.
She looks disappointed. She's like, oh, crap. Are we still on Sunday? Can we just move on from Sunday? Because I don't remember anything. Oh, this is going to be a long day. I assume that it's a very long day for someone who doesn't have her story straight. Her brain is working overtime right now. It's trying to find information where there isn't any. And it's trying to twist the stories of what really happened. And she's trying to twist her real memories and make them into fake ones. But it can't happen because she's in front of an investigator. And so she feels the pressure and she's like, damn, I did not prepare for this. Let me get back to you. Oh,
Their
are we still
stories
on
never make
Sunday?
sense.
Darn it, man.
Each one. They
Can I
don't-
just be right back? Let me just Google a few things real quick. Oh yeah, and let me just delete the Google messages after. Let's continue.
Stuff going on with your family. You never see him on Sunday. Is that accurate?
No, I didn't see him. What did I do the rest of the day? I came home. I think I might have just chilled at my house. I don't remember. I think I cleaned my house. I don't know. I didn't see him though.
Okay. And
Yeah, Saturday was the last time I saw him.
Okay. Sunday, you're at home. You talk to him. You have a conversation in the late evening hours, and then you go to sleep on Sunday night. In the late evening hours, and then you go to sleep on Sunday night. When's the next time you talk with Chris?
Probably Monday morning.
Do you know what time?
No, I mean,
Wrong.
some days, like, randomly text each other like throughout the day, but we both get really busy. So some days like I don't hear a lot from him, and some days I don't text him until like 2 o'clock in the afternoon because I'm just like busy. And I remember I didn't hear a lot from him that day, which was like that's not out of the normal for either one of us during the day. But at one point, I do remember he like texted me and he's like, "Oh, it's been a really busy day," and then like said some other stuff, which I'm sure you will find in my text. What he said, I don't know. It wasn't obviously anything that was like alerting to me. But that's what I'm saying. Like at this point, like I remember really key things, but if it's like a conversation that I'm like, I don't remember exactly what was discussed, so this was probably just bullshit, like just talking to each other. Yeah.
Small talk stuff.
Yeah. But I remember he was busy that day, and we didn't talk that much. And then I clocked out at 3 is what my time card says. That's what I was showing Mark the other day. And I got home to go meet my buddy. One of my good friends was coming over to my house, and he actually has a key to my house, so he was actually there when I got there.
Jim.
And
Who's that?
My friend Jim. And so Jim came over, and I got home. He was there. He had like just walked in the door, and
Wow, she is saying a lot, and I think she's making it up as she
Worse.
goes. She doesn't remember anything about
Well,
Saturday or Sunday, but she does remember that she didn't talk to Chris on Monday. How convenient, right? She remembers what time she clocked out. I clocked out at 3. That's what my time card says. Very specific. And also, before all of this,
But she was only there for an hour.
she looks to her dad and is like, what did I do, Dad? Do you remember what I did? Again, I think she's trying to get her dad to help her and give her ideas like, do you remember? Oh, you like walked your animal. Oh, do you remember you went to the zoo? And then I clocked out at 3 p.m. and then my friend Jim was there. He has a key and
I'm making it worse.
I think her brain is about to explode because the part of the brain that has memory is trying to dump that memory to make room for bullshit. She's stumbling here. She doesn't know what to say anymore. She's looking over to her dad like, what? Crap, where did I go, Dad? I think she knows exactly what she did on Monday. She knows exactly the phone conversation she had with Chris the morning before, but she just can't say. It would make her an accomplice. Let's continue.
I remember like briefly after he got there, I checked my texts. I mean, briefly after I met up with Jim, I like glanced at my texts, and Chris said something about like my family's not home, or like my wife and kids aren't home, like something to that effect. And I told Mark, because he asked me for a time, and I don't have an exact time, but I remember it was like right after I walked.
That was a text message, though.
Yeah, it was like briefly after I walked in the door, so based off how long it takes me to get home from work and when I clocked out, it's probably about 3:45 p.m. Texts me and tells me that. And like he knows when I get off of work too, so he doesn't always bug me if I'm busy. So I don't know what's up with that, but that's when he sends that to me. And
So you're saying that he would have known that you would have had your phone available to you and not been at work when he sent you that text message?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
So looking back at it, you think it was purposefully sent at that time?
I'm sure.
I'm just asking your feeling on that.
Yes, and then he said, "Call me when you can," and I was.
There was
like,
no other communication between you and him that morning, on Monday morning?
Well, there was, but it was like random, like.
But nothing about this event?
No.
About like my wife's missing or
Why am your phone pinged in Frederick, Colorado?
No. She's panicking. She's panicking. This is panic.
Like, anything?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
And you knew he wasn't
Nothing.
coming to the office because he had told you that Sunday night?
Yeah, and then he goes, and so, like, they're only in the office for the morning. Like, some days it's longer than others, but I would say by a maximum of 7:30 every single morning, they're all gone, and they don't come back unless they have, like, a meeting or something that they have to attend. So, like, not seeing him for the rest of the day is not, like, an unnormal thing.
Okay.
Like, but like I'm saying, like, we don't really, the only reason we interact was kind of, like, by it.
You went from going to see each other all the day to not at all?
Off chance thing. Like, I don't work with him. So
I don't work with him. What is this? Her behavior is erratic. It's not consistent. She's all over the place. She's not answering questions. She's dodging everything. She's making stuff up as she goes. She's panicking. She's panicked. Let's continue.
Oh, yeah, we talked like randomly throughout the day, but it was really sporadic, and he seemed pretty busy, so we didn't talk too much. Like I said, didn't put too much thought into it. It happens all the time. Waited till about 3:45, then sent that text to me, and yes, he does know that I will be home at that point. Or getting home.
Did you give Mark Jim's information?
No, I would really not like to involve him in this. He does not know about this. He was not, like, he doesn't know any of this is occurring.
Okay.
Like, I was
So
literally...
he knows, certainly through the media, that something's occurred.
Yeah, he's
with
like
Chris.
out of town. He's probably has
Okay.
no idea. He doesn't know who Chris is. Like, he's not, I do not know.
So he's just a...
Interesting her reaction to Jim. It's very similar
She gets very nervous about this.
to Chris's reaction when the CBI agents knew that Nichol was involved and that Nichol was his mistress, and he's like, I don't want to involve her. Oh, she's such a good person.
Who's her? So I don't want to get her involved in this. I don't want to ruin her life. Like, if something like this, I don't want her involved in this. Okay. So can we talk about that a little bit? Yes. I knew that you would say you didn't want to get her involved. She's a wonderful person. Like, I mean, she knew I was married, yes. And that's why we're going through issues, yes.
And we have
She knew I was married. She knew all of it.
Nichol here doing the exact same thing, except now it's her friend Jim. I don't want to involve him. Oh, he has no idea that any of this is happening. He's out of town. He probably has no clue. The investigator is like, well, he probably knows because it's all over the media. Oh, he's out of town though. Where is he? Is he in a cave somewhere? Is he with Stockton Rush in the Titan looking at the Titanic? Is he in outer space? Like, he doesn't have his phone? He doesn't have internet? Like, how could he not know what's going on? He's out of town. I knew about this case and I was out of town too. Let's continue.
Friend of yours.
Yes.
That was coming to your apartment and doesn't know anything about Chris. Does he know anything about Chris?
No, nothing. Absolutely
And
not.
we've known Jim for years and years.
You're not dating him or anything like that?
No, he's like one of my very good friends. Like, my dad knows him. He's a great guy. He works out of state a lot, so when he's in town, we hang out. But when he's in town, he's off of work to save time. So I give him the key to my house, one, because I trust him and he's one of my best friends, and two, because sometimes he'll just meet me there because I'll be like, hey, I'm getting off of work, and then if I get stuck in traffic or something, he ends up like sitting outside my apartment waiting for me to get off of work. So I'm like, here's the key, and like my dog loves him and stuff. So no, he's not
So he's just
involved
family
with it.
friend.
Yes, I don't
The
even
only reason I ask,
contact him.
and I'm not really concerned about your location. I think we already have your cell phone.
I am.
numbers. At some point, did Mark ask you to supply? Did they ask for consent to get cell phone records? That'll probably be done by warrant. If we wanted.
What you just did?
Nope. What I'm talking about is your movement.
Nope.
Oh.
By GPS or by cell phone tower.
Oh, gosh.
To show where you were, obviously, and I don't want to cause you concern, we want to know where you were that day too. You're dating a man who did some egregious stuff, and we want to show that you were never near him that day, period.
I mean, you guys
So-
can track my...
It's funny that he says it that way. We want to make sure that it doesn't look like you were there that day.
No, yeah, I mean, that was something we will have to get a warrant for anyways. I'm just saying, if we asked for it, would you have any
Yeah,
objections to that?
You can have
Right.
it.
So,
And I'm a pretty boring person. I
well,
don't
it sounds
go
like you just went to
places.
work that day and then you came home and you were there at 3:45.
Yeah, like give or
Okay.
take like 5
Yeah,
minutes.
whatever.
But yeah, so 3:45, I meet Jim there. Yeah, I would
And
totally
so
do that.
Jim is understand from an investigative point, he could be a person who could say, yeah, I was there at 3:45. He doesn't know Chris. He doesn't know anything. He could say with one phone call, yeah, she came in at 3:45. Done.
No, don't talk to
You know
him.
what I'm saying? And I don't have to ask anything more than, hi, Chris, my name's Kevin, or Jim. And I'm not saying you have to go to.
Just leave Jim
but
alone.
if
Jim's
at
not
some
even wrapped
point,
up in this.
if at some point I needed Jim's info to, let's say we couldn't find your phone records, would you
You
tell me
can
who
have
Jim
them.
is?
I will give them to you.
Would you tell me who Jim was if I
If
couldn't?
you
get
had
it?
to. I don't really want to involve him in this. That's not
Perfect.
fair to him. That's not, no, if I do not have to do that.
That's fine.
She is very opposed to Jim being involved in this. I get the impression that Nichol is not stupid. She's not a stupid person at all, you know, especially if she was the mastermind of this whole entire thing. Since she isn't stupid, she knows that this is a quadruple homicide. Everyone involved in this is going to be looked into. So the fact that she's here like, no, please don't involve
But again, it was stopped because of Chris stating he did it.
him. He's not involved. Oh my God, he's my friend, Dad. You've known him for many years, right? And the dad's like, yeah, we've known Jim forever. You know that they have to look into everything. Someone didn't just like steal a cantaloupe from Trader Joe's. This is a quadruple homicide. She was the mistress. She went somewhere supposedly on the day of the murders and met with a friend. That is an alibi. So of course they're going to reach out to Jim because he's an alibi. He can say for certain, yes, she was here at 3:45 or no, she wasn't here at 3:45. So the fact that she's here like, don't involve him in this. He has nothing to do with this. Oh God, please leave my friend out of this is insane. Because again, if you are an innocent mistress, you're gonna want everything out there. Yeah, please ask Jim. Like, yeah, please ask him. He's my alibi. But the fact that she's here like, please don't involve him is very suspicious. And the investigators literally letting her know, well, dude, like Chris did some pretty egregious stuff. Of course we have to ask him. Like, you know that, like, you're not dumb, is kind of what he's trying to tell her in like a nice way. And she's still here like, oh, don't involve him, please. Let's continue.
Yeah, so anyways, Chris was like, call me.
And this is the 345 text.
Yeah, he sent me like a few. I think there was 3 of them, and I don't remember what the other one said, but something about like, yeah, my family's gone, or I don't remember verbatim, but call me when you can, or call me when you have a chance, something to that effect. And so when he told me call me, I was like kind of alerted, where I was like, okay, what's going on, you know?
So she's kind of alerted. Chris texted her, hey, my family's gone. Wouldn't she be happy? Yes, your family's gone. Awesome, let's hang out. She's out of town again? Let's hang out. But she's here like, yeah, I don't remember really. He texted me, my family's gone, and I'm like, I don't really remember, really. He just said call me, and then that's when I became a little bit alerted. I was a little concerned, not really though. The whole family's gone? Whatever. I just don't really remember. It's the same thing. She's downplaying it. Yet again. She's downplaying her knowledge. We're just gonna go ahead and stop it here. This is part 4 of
Oh, I definitely do enjoy this woman and her videos of her reacting, of me reacting together. I love how she breaks it down. I love how she gets like almost identical thoughts that I have about this. The whole thing with Jim, I feel that they've F that up because they could have talked to Jim. I even saw that on a different case today. The guy was like, please don't talk to him. Oh, and then they're like, oh, we're going to talk to him. I'm like, what? You're going to actually talk to him? Like, Kessinger should have had Jim talk to? So, it's just funny watching and comparing this case to the other cases and how, like, this Nichol Kessinger got a little no kind of thing. But don't forget to go over to her channel. She's almost so close to 1,000. Give her some love, subscribe, comment, like, and share. We are hoping to plan a collab together. She reached out. Fantastic woman. Go give her some love, you know. So hopefully we'll figure out something, some way, somehow to make a collaboration together. And we will see you guys in the next video. Please take care, be safe. As always, keep nerding on, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.